Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. Today we've got a domination match in Estuary, and I'm going to be reviewing the German tech tree destroyer G.J. Maeker. The full name, Gustav Julius Maeker, probably the AE, I think they're connected when they write it out. I think that's... I want to say Maeker, but I can't imagine that's how it's pronounced. All right, so I have to tell you, I don't like this ship very much. It is big, it is slow, it has a terrible turret arrangement. Well, I won't say terrible, not advantageous. As you can see, you've got 5 individual guns, and you've got to pretty much almost show a full broadside here to get them all on one target. So I would have loved a twin battery in the front, so you don't have to turn as much to show it all. Got short range torpedoes, got not very great AA. Basically, the only thing this ship has going for it, as you can see, a lot of hit points, 29,500 hit points with our build. And it's got 150 millimeter guns, which are great if you can catch an enemy cruiser in the right scenario, I guess you would say. It is a tier 7 ship, so you're going to have to fight radar and sonar to get into that kind of scenario. And guess what you don't have? You don't have radar or sonar. All right, here is the enemy Jaeger. We found him already. Gotta love the aiming bug. We're going to light him up with the 150s. Good hit there. Some cap defended flags. Another good hit there. That means he probably launched his torpedoes. There they are. He's turning away. We avoided all of his torpedoes by deft maneuvering. And now we're going to be free to dink and dunk away with our HE. Teammates are helping out. 150 millimeter HE is not really a joke. Even though it's not high damage, it's really more about setting fires. Plus, I'm not sure my own armor-piercing would arm. By deft maneuvering, we immediately turned, hit reverse, and then hit our speed boost in reverse. We managed to kill the Jaeger for kill number 1 and a first blood medal. Second destroyer coming in here looks like a Mahan. So we're just going to light him up. Because he is still shooting, we're going to launch torpedoes. He's going to pop back up here as spotted. We do take a torpedo strike there, but again, because I started the match with almost 30,000 hit points, we still have a third of those hit points left. So we're going to creep back in here. The reason I smoked up, I didn't feel I had a ton of support behind me. There is a battleship back there, but I did not feel supported. So I just smoked up, and I'm basically just trying to bait this guy to come out, where I intend to use my HE to burn him down too. Again, the HE doesn't do a ton of damage. The armor piercing, if you can get it to arm, is definitely the way to go. However, that is not anything that is guaranteed. There is the Mahan. There was the Mahan. Kill number 2. We're going to skirt behind this island and kind of hide. And while we're kind of hiding, let me read you some historical notes. First of all, Gustav Otto Julius Maeker died in December of 1914. Was a German naval officer and the last commander of the large cruiser Gneisenau, which is not the Gneisenau in the game. This ship was designed, per Wargaming's notes, as a large ocean-going raider or scout, type 1937J, and was never anything other than a plan. The title card is allegedly the actual design for the ship. Also intended to operate in tropical climates. And basically, the range and speed requirements of the destroyer could not be built without having to reduce the armament. And they were designed with 5 15 centimeter guns, and no AA, and the torpedo arrangement that you see. So, as much as I like to complain about wargaming, although this ship was never built, the design in the game is accurate to the design that you see in the notes here that I'm reading off of the internet. All right, let me go and see if I can find something really quickly, because we're just sailing around. We got a base cap. We're going to move in a little bit on the Iowa and see if we can threaten him. Pretty much I've done my job. I killed 2 of the 3 enemy destroyers, and now we're just trying to go out here and see what we can do. When we look at WoW's builds, oh, internet, you are so slow. I just want to give you the damage record. I don't think it's going to be very high. 158,582. Literally the only person who put one forward. Base XP record 3904. In my experience, this ship is very hard to do damage in. All right, we were moving in on that cruiser there, but he got killed before I could unleash the AP. That's okay. We will shoot it at the Iowa instead, and do nothing because we landscaped all those rocks. The blue team is dominating. The red team, I have to tell you, in the other matches I played this ship, I struggled to have a meaningful impact. I struggled to get damage in this ship, and as you guys know, I have over 14,000 matches. About half of them are in destroyers, so I'm not ignorant to how to play any type of destroyer. By the way, we luckily kill pinched that Iowa and got our 3rd kill. I feel pretty confident saying to you that while it's possible you might have a game over 100,000 damage, it is probably not going to happen very often unless you are an extremely good player. So I would rate this destroyer as a very high skill floor, which clearly I cannot get over. So we're going to move in here into the cap, Bravo cap, and try to cap that out. There are enemy ships quasi near me. Again, your AA is not great. So if you're in a scenario where you're going to be spotted by an airplane from an enemy ship, you just might as well go ahead and assume that you're going to be spotted. You know, it's a gunboat, but with the caveat that these 150s won't arm on a lot of ships that you come up against that are destroyers. Now, Suzuya, would they arm on Suzuya? Absolutely. Would they arm on the superstructure of any battleship like the Iowa? Yes, absolutely. Would they arm on an aircraft carrier? Probably, maybe, depending on how much armor was there. But at tier 7, yeah, I would feel pretty comfortable saying your armor piercing will arm. There, we're shooting at the superstructure of the Bismarck, but don't get anything. And the Suzuya, I don't think is going anywhere near us. And the ZF6 also appears to be very far away. So if he came over here, I would be happy to get into a gunfight with him, but I probably would not win because we are low hit points right now. So what can I say? You want to utilize your hit points to, I guess, soak up a lot of damage and win those gunfights. You want to use your armor piercing, obviously, against foes where you know it's going to arm. I would probably restrict it in terms of destroyers to Soviet destroyers at tier 7 or above, because it'll probably arm on their side plating. But I would be very cautious about other ones. And I'm not a mathematician. I don't know the arming threshold formula off the top of my head. So, you know, I'll say maybe try the first salvo. You know, if it's angled, if the destroyer's angled, you'll probably have a better chance of it arming. So maybe roll out with the armor piercing, try your first salvo. If you don't get any joy, switch to HE. Just know that your HE does significantly less damage than your armor piercing when you're out there in this ship. And I don't know when I'm going to be reviewing the next ship in this line because it's a lot of cash, and quite frankly, I don't play this game very much with the frequency that I used to, so I don't earn silver very much, so it may be a while before the next ship in this line is getting reviewed. Unfortunately, I did buy this campaign. even though it's a made-up ship. So we'll just see what happens with that. But I do not have the follow-on ship for review in this line. All right, moving in here, hoping to kill pinch the Suzuya. Yes, we are spotted. Did we actually shoot down an airplane? Hallelujah. But that being said, we did not get the kill on the Suzuya. We're also not going to get the kill on the, I think it was a Z-31. So that's that. Kind of boring, kind of blah. All right, here we are on the victory screen. First blood medal, 30,022 total damage. Solo base cap, assisted base cap, 6 looks like cap defended flags, 3 kills including 2 destroyers, and we shot down 1 aeroplane. So, I mean, I will take solace that I killed the enemy destroyers, but this is nothing to write home about. 6,000 ship XP, 63, almost 6,400 commander XP. 2630 base XP, 1 medal, 3 big kills, leading the way for our team. But I got to tell you, folks, this is another one of those ships where I say you're going to have to do a little bit of everything, like we did in this match, to get a good base XP result. Because I think the high damage games in the GJ Maeker are going to be few and far between unless you are a very, very good player. Just one man's opinion. Upgrades, aiming system mod 1, steering gears mod 2, concealment system mod 1, and main battery mod 3. I really hate it when it does that. And it's a fully upgraded ship. Again, F. Schultz, no idea when I'm going to review that. 2 charges of the smoke generator, 2 charges of the engine boost. We were running the common to battle booster for speed. Got the permanent standard camouflage all maxed out, and the early adopter flag. 29,500 hit points with our build. We got those 5 individual 150 millimeter guns, 11.9 kilometer firing range, 5.1 second reload, 12.9 second turn time, 1,800 HE shell max damage with a 12% fire chance, 4,000 armor piercing shells max damage. Definitely the way to go if you can get them to arm. All right, moving on to the torpedoes. We got a really wacky torpedo arrangement here. If I could stop talking about the guns, which, yeah, there we go. 2 twin launchers, 1 quad launcher in the middle of the ship. All the torpedoes have a range of 8 kilometers at a pedestrian 54 knots. They reload in every 110 seconds, so a really long reload time. The max damage, 16,430. They're just very visible, in my opinion, and that's why you're not going to do a lot of torp damage. AA defense sucks. Maneuverability also sucks. 36 knots is terrible. 760 meter turning circle. 5.7 second rudder shift time, also terrible. Concealment, terrible. 5.6 in the water, 3.1 from the air, 3.1 when firing from smoke. Here's our stats. 11 games, we won 8 of them. But look at our average damage per game. It's just 25,000. Kill death ratio of 0.8. Our best damage game is not even 50,000 damage. All our kills are with the main battery. So that's been my experience in GJ Maeker. If you love gunboats, maybe you invest more somehow into the gunboaty thing with reload, you might find it doing better for you. I don't know. I think it just has a very high skill floor, and probably the very best players will wreck face in this thing, and everybody else will just go play the regular destroyers in the German line. So I didn't really like this ship very much, and I don't know how much I would play it in the future. But that's it. You know, I put Bay in there because of the big guns. Looking here at the armor viewer, your own armor may arm your own shells, so please keep that in mind. That side plating that's green right there, that may be enough to arm your own shells. So what that means is if you're facing off against another one, presume that he's using AP. All right, here's the commander, Eric Bay. Base trait, shifty. We went with observant rage. Look at me now. Twist and track. And the unique skill, torpedo royal. Really didn't do anything in this game. And of course, unstoppable. We got Sims for hit points and Sajen Bing for the minimum ricochet angle, which I think is the way to go for this commander. Anyway, that's the GJ Maeker. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe down below. I'll see you on the next one.